Social media is a part of our everyday lives. We use it for work. We use it to keep up with friends and family. We use it to pursue our hobbies, to get our news, to generate action, to find jobs, to get advice. People of all ages use social media, and according to a report by the Pew Research Center, as many as 89% of 18 to 29-year-olds, 78% of 30 to 49-year-olds, and 64% of 50 to 64-year-olds use it frequently, which is amazing considering the generation of the last group didn't grow up in the internet era. But there's a darker side to all these social media platforms. Of course, they're businesses, and they have something to sell. They also have an enormous amount of resources to invest in figuring out how to sell it. And that means that the social media giants have perfected ways to keep us coming back for more. They've learned about brain hardwiring and what gives us positive and negative feedback, and how to keep us engaged on these platforms, even when the use moves beyond pleasure and starts to becoming damaging for our health. Much like gambling, researchers find that getting positive attention or feedback on social media impacts various parts of the brain. It releases dopamine, triggering our reward center, which makes you keep refreshing the page, always looking for more. Every bit of attention you get feels good, so you keep engaging, trying to get more likes. And when you do get more likes, the impulse to keep going immediately increases. Also, in a similar way to gambling, social media has been found to affect the brain's decision-making and emotional processes. People make excuses to stay connected longer than what's healthy, and find ways to justify checking in on social media at inappropriate times. This attributes to the maybe factor. Maybe somebody liked my post. Maybe I received another follower or friend request. Maybe my friend just updated their story. I just need to take a quick look to find out. Social media also manages to fast-track away to the emotional centers of the brain and intensifies feelings of exclusion, which can be particularly damaging for young adults. Social media dependency is a phenomenon which has been getting increasing attention in recent years. In fact, there are groups and websites to support people who have acknowledged social media addictions or who feel they have fallen into excessive social media use. So, what exactly makes social media so addictive? The creators of the platforms do, of course. Think about how the different social media applications are designed. They want to keep you engaged for as long as possible. Just look at how many apps, such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, send you push notifications to your screen so that when a person or company you're following posts content, it will be pushed to you to view it. You don't need to go looking for it, they bring it to you. Let's specifically look at Facebook a bit further. There are an endless number of features within this platform to keep you engaged. From your news feed, to the story timelines, to marketplace where you can buy and sell products, to games, to various groups and pages to join. And let's not forget about the Messenger application, allowing you to stay connected to your friends in real time. Or another good example is Amazon. This company has almost anything and everything to purchase, usually with just one click because they save your credit card information from previous purchases to make the process hassle-free. And did I mention the free shipping and 2-day or less delivery? When making an online purchase, there is an entire suggested to buy section of items similar to the one you're interested in. They even offer an Amazon Prime credit card that will give you 5% cash back for every purchase made through the Amazon app or website. Now, you tell me this company doesn't hire creative geniuses to tap into your brain and make you want to keep coming back for more. Transitioning thoughts. Although the various platforms we use are created to bring us closer together as human beings, there is also the contradictory fact that social media is not actually as social as we think. While we tell ourselves that we have hundreds of friends, or in some instances, followers, do we really? Or are these friends and followers just a compilation of zeros and ones displayed on a digital web page? The increased screen time and decreased level of personable interaction means that people who spend massive amounts of time on social media slowly lose their face-to-face social skills, or may never develop them from a young age to begin with. This is progressively worrisome for the younger generations who are growing up directly into this environment and don't know what the world was like before the age of the internet. Social media also isolates us in ways that creates a sense of longing or voyeurism, in which we're watching other people's lives without meaningfully engaging with them. And because we're sometimes so focused in someone else's world, we begin to create self-doubt in our own mind, possibly thinking we're not good enough or need to make ourselves look better or create a more interesting life. We start to curate ourselves so that we are superficially presentable, often at the expense of taking care of the meaningful parts of the world we are trying to present. At the same time, this encourages a particular form of identity construction in which we attempt to mold ourselves into the kind of online content which will generate the most likes and receive the most positive response. This has been widely known to intensify feelings of physical dysmorphia. The pressure to look a certain way becomes overwhelming and can be incredibly destructive to one's self-confidence, even dangerous. And the sense that we're always missing out on something, that the better life is happening elsewhere, steadily erodes self-confidence and feeds unreasonable perfectionism. All of these impacts may seem relatively obvious to us after a bit of thought, but social media has actually been shown to have a variety of secondary cognitive impacts which might not occur to us at first. Moving on, there are a few other unexpected impacts which an attachment to social media makes on your brain and body. For example, have you ever felt your phone vibrate when it wasn't? Studies show that people with a high level of attachment to social media actually experience phantom vibrations. This interrupts whatever else you're doing and can actively impede cognitive functioning and your ability to execute tasks. You also start to anticipate notifications, so part of you is always waiting, alert, instead of concentrating on whatever it is you should be doing. You can very easily lose your train of thought or often seem unengaged in daily conversations with important people in your life. Looking at your phone before bed can also make you lose sleep. The blue light emitted from your devices decreases your melatonin level, which is the hormone your body uses to regulate sleep. Social media scrolling at night can chemically disrupt your body's circadian rhythms. Certain studies have indicated that prolonged social media exposure can actually interfere with the way we're able to communicate in real life. With time, we can become so reliant on abbreviations and emojis that it becomes difficult to get our point across without them. When we're relying on an emoji to communicate what we're thinking or feeling, this has serious impact on the ways in which we are able to communicate offline. Additionally, social media can actually change your appetite. Looking at images of all your friends' meals or the ads Facebook is constantly sending you for the latest restaurants starts to make your brain believe that it's hungry. As a consequence, these external food cues can lead you to overeating. And when you combine that with the hours spent stuck at the computer or caught scrolling through your phone when you intended to be exercising, these behaviors can add up in time and have a compounding effect. For that matter, social media can have an influence on your financial well-being as well. A Schwab's survey in 2019 said that a whopping 49% of millennials reported that social media had led them to overspending. Other studies have linked heavy social media use to higher levels of credit card debt. This makes sense after all, as there is advertising everywhere on the web nowadays. This is intensified by the ability to spend money with a touch of a single button because it doesn't even feel like your money is gone. In conclusion, what can you do to ensure this doesn't happen to you? Although it's difficult to disconnect your mind from the outside world once you've experienced social media, there are a few things you can do to minimize the worst impacts on your brain. For a start, try not to use it if you're feeling down. Don't use social media to follow your recent ex or to look for affirmation if you're feeling low. Chances are you will only have your bad mood reinforced, as no amount of attention quite feels like enough. There are also other things you can try, such as taking a break from the internet altogether, or put yourself in situations where you literally can't access it. Force yourself to go offline or put your phone or computer in the other room. Also, remember that social media isn't really social. In many instances, we aren't even having any direct interaction with the people we're engaging with online. Try to focus on your real-life relationships or ground social media relationships in your real-world life with phone calls or in-person meetups. You'll be amazed what a difference it makes. And if you feel you can't break the addiction or that you're leaning too much on social media for your own sense of self-worth, get professional help. The main point of this video is to make sure that you're using social media and that social media is not using you. We hope you enjoyed this video, and please do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. For more interesting videos like this, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, and most importantly, share. Until then, we will see you soon in the next video.